Hi, and welcome to an introspection of imposter syndrome at work. Imposter syndrome, a psychological phenomenon that affects so many of us and is prevalent at work. This is an internalized fear of being a fraud, feeling inadequate, having self doubt about your success or expertise despite evidence of the contrary, and also perfectionism, which is about being perfect and looking perfect all the time. Seeking to be at your best and do your best is fine, but pushing yourself to be perfect can be stress inducing. Perhaps you're struggling with this imposter syndrome. Here are some symptoms you may be having when it comes to work: feeling constantly stressed, anxious, or depressed, feeling uncomfortable with receiving congrats or praises for your work, feeling undeserving of any success, feeling othered or socially awkward among colleagues because you don't feel a sense of belonging. Take a minute to ponder on what you may be experiencing. It's important to be introspective here, to know what you're feeling and thinking, to navigate imposter syndrome at work, to be your best self. One important thing to note: there isn't necessarily an exact cause of imposter syndrome. However, things like personality and work environments and leadership can contribute. For instance, certain fields are known to be competitive, and perhaps that's the field you're in. Now, how do you deal with imposter syndrome? There's no one specific way since it's not linear. However, getting introspective through the practice of mindfulness and self affirmations can help you better accept your thoughts, feelings, and emotions, even if they're negative. What you're feeling or experiencing is what you're feeling or experiencing. Validate imposter syndrome first to navigate it at work so you're healthier and happier. Let's get introspective and grounded now for strong self awareness. Take a moment to get settled in a comfortable spot, even at your work desk if that works for you. Close your eyes. Let's begin by practicing square breathing, which takes less than 60 seconds for one round. Repeat 4 times after me. Take a deep breath, inhale in, and count to 4 in your head. Hold your breath for 4 counts, and exhale through your nose and mouth for 4. Again, inhale, count to 4, hold your breath for 4, and exhale for 4. Inhale, count to 4, hold breath, count to 4, exhale for 4. Last time, inhale, hold breath, exhale. Now let's focus on an active mindfulness practice called COLE, a model by Dr. Dan Siegel. COLE can be effective in workplace scenarios to help navigate imposter syndrome. As any mindfulness tool, it's good to practice consistently to handle the negative cognitions that tend to come your way when imposter syndrome kicks in. COLE. C is for curiosity. Start by being curious about what you may notice about yourself. For instance, you're embarrassed when a colleague tells you how well of a job you're doing. Or perhaps you find yourself questioning whether the colleague is being sincere. Ask yourself, why am I embarrassed when someone's complimenting my work? Why do I question whether they're being genuine? Sit with this. O is for openness. Openness is understanding that you're having symptoms of imposter syndrome consistently in certain situations. It's simply saying to yourself, okay, I am feeling incompetent. Or I really struggle to embrace my successes. A is for acceptance. This is an act of turning toward, where we accept that we're having our own experience for whatever reason. Acceptance that you are where you are in that given moment, and that's okay. This is to validate yourself. Finally, perhaps most importantly, L is for love. Here's where it all converges because you've done the first three parts. Curiosity, openness, and acceptance are love. Self-empathy and compassion come first before you can show empathy and compassion to others. All of this takes practice. And take note that imposter syndrome isn't something you necessarily overcome, but you can manage it effectively through Cole. Let's take a moment to absorb all this. Now, close your eyes and go back to square breathing. Take this moment to take a deep breath in for 4 counts. Hold your breath for 4. Exhale for 4. Inhale for 4. Hold your breath for 4. And exhale. To navigate imposter syndrome, whenever you feel that self-doubt creeping in, call yourself forward to begin practicing curiosity, openness, acceptance, and love.